Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Abby someone. Abby who?
Abby normal.
This is the Abbey Normal podcast, here to tell you that you're weird, and that's normal. In 5th grade, I was at a slumber party changing clothes. Turned to the wall, strategically covering my body. And a girl pointed at the cellulite on my thigh and asked, "What's that?" Friends, this was the first time my physical, quote, flaws were so directly pointed out by someone, and it certainly would not be the last. This experience, among many others, impacts the guidance that I've given to my daughter. It's simple. Do not talk about other people's bodies. This is not hard. As preschoolers, we learn not to go around saying racially based comments about skin color, eyes, hair, etc., or asking people why they have a cane. Why doesn't this courtesy extend to body size or shape? We feel like we have the right, no, the duty, to comment on other people's bodies, especially if they're not a weight that we deem, quote, healthy. I don't buy into this. So the rule is, don't talk about it to them, don't talk about it to others, and do your best not to even talk about it to yourself. If you can control how you talk about others in your own brain, you can extend that courtesy to your own body. I weighed in last night and I'm 10 pounds over what I should be. I'm getting so upset. Do you want to go to Burger King with me after school? Make sure I don't eat anything there because I need to lose weight desperately. I'll just get liquid, right? Right. Don't forget your gorgeous friend Renee, who has no cellulite. Haha. The first time I remember somebody calling out something being wrong with my body, and it was about the cellulite on my thighs. I see my beautiful daughter sitting down and she does have cellulite.
Everybody does.
Of course, it's normal female body, but for some reason, despite the normalcy about it, people think something's wrong with it. So do you have any specific memory growing up where you were like, oh, something's wrong with me, or I need to be self-conscious about?
Yeah, mine was my mom not letting me shave my legs.
Why? You asked her and she wouldn't let you?
Yeah, girls at that school started shaving their legs in 5th grade. And my mom was like, no. Straight up no. I asked and she said no.
That's poor parenting.
Thank you. I'm aware.
What did you do?
I shaved them at a friend's house and I got grounded.
She grounded you for shaving your legs? That is horrendous. What was her reasoning for why she wouldn't let you?
She didn't think I was old enough. And I was grounded because I disobeyed her.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
It is really complicated. The thought process that parents go through is really complicated as far as wanting your child to fit in with other kids, right? But also not wanting them to rush the growing up process. Those are the two ends of the spectrum that parents are constantly trying to balance.
Sure. But if your child actively says, this is something I want to do, mm-hmm. or this is something I feel like I need to do to be more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or kids are going to make fun of me if I don't do it.
Right.
And there's no harm to you. I feel like taking hair off of your body is not harmful.
Right. She didn't teach me how to do it, so of course I cut the shit out of myself the first time.
Of course you did.
That could have easily been avoided had she been okay, this is how you do it.
Totally. Yes, I definitely cut the shit out of my legs, but I also did not ask my mother if I could shave my legs. I was just bing, and I took her razor, an old ass. Do you remember the pink razor?
Lady Bix.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a Lady Bic.
It's a Lady Bic.
Yeah.
And my knees were just shredded and bleeding everywhere.
Yeah. I still do that with every razor except for the Venus razor. That's the only one that somehow I don't cut myself with.
No, Venus is the only razor I'll ever use.
Right. I don't know what they did to that. Yeah.
It just glides over your knee.
Correct.
I was dyeing my daughter's hair and I thought it might be a good in to talk to her about her armpit hair.
Yes.
Have we talked about this already?
We have not, but I saw it today.
It's
I saw it last night.
Yeah, there's some serious armpit hair happening.
I was oh boy.
I know, it's a lot. And I don't care. That's totally fine with me. But I don't want other kids talking shit on her because she's,
right.
a monkey child. So I pulled up pictures on the internet of dyed armpit hair. right? This is my segue. And so I was
Right.
just like, as I was dyeing her hair on her head, I
I'm
was
sorry.
like,
Is that something that people do?
yes, it's a thing now. I mean, according to the internet, I don't know.
Why? I mean, I'm all for embracing body hair, but that seems like a bit much.
Whatever.
Okay, go on.
So it's also Pride Month, right? So there's like rainbow colored armpit hair as well.
Uh-oh. I mean, I'm not uh-oh in a bad way, just I didn't know.
Yeah.
Surprised.
So I pull up a picture of the armpit hair and I was like, hey, while we're doing your head, do you want me to also dye your pits? And I did not actually want to dye her pits. I just wanted to draw her attention to the fact that she has armpit hair and
Yes.
also that it's fine and also that it's decorative.
Yes.
Yes. And she was like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, do you think do you want to shave it or do you want to grow it long? Either is fine. And she was like, it's fine. I don't want to shave it. It's fine. And I was like, okay, anytime you want to change your mind, just let me know and we can figure it out. And I also introduced her. I got like a little razor, like a beep,
Like an electric one?
Yeah, an electric razor. So I showed her how to use that. So what do you think?
I think you
did I
nailed
nail-
parenting. You nailed it. A+, gold star in
Yes.
parenting.
It was real hard.
I know, but I think you nailed it.
I mean, it's certainly better than what we got from our mothers, which from my mother, it was nothing.
And my mother was nothing and then
You're
no.
grounded.
And then punishment. You know, I was in 5th grade and then you're preteen and then everything just sort of spirals from there, right? Like,
Yeah.
because shortly thereafter, like, you know, you're starting your period, you're getting acne, you're getting bloated
Yeah,
because
I mean,
of your period.
I remember 6th grade, maybe like pool party, end of the year pool party.
Pubic hair.
Dude, yeah, I had a boy in my class like point to one stray pubic hair that was like protruding out of my swimsuit and comment on it. And I was just like, what? I had like never had an awareness that a pubic hair could creep out of your swimsuit and be, you know, visible to other people.
Right. Okay, so I saw an article and I was wondering if you saw it too. And it's from one of the Lady Razor subscriptions, like one of the new ones. And I think the name of it is Billy. And they had this whole commercial celebrating pubic hair. It was like just a bunch of ladies at the beach with fully just like with their pubic hair, like in swimsuits, but with their pubic hair like popping out. And their campaign is called Red, White, and You Do You.
No.
No, no, you don't like it? I just like that I think they did it sort of in an extreme way, but to kind of regulate, you know, like there's the extreme of no pubic hair, and then they went the opposite extreme of like full bush, so that way the pendulum lands in the middle. And I think it's kind of cool. You are so disagreeing with me by the state of your face right now. I thought it was cool.
I mean, I feel like you're pulling an Abbey right now.
That's why I'm so confused as to why you're not agreeing with me.
Like a devil's advocate situation, I would be the one that's like, yes, your pubic hair should hang out of your swimsuit.
Right.
And now I feel like you're taking that role, so I'm super confused.
Okay, we're going to take a pause break so I can show you this article.
Fine.
And we're back.
Okay, so I have reviewed the Billy article and commercial for the razors. So this is a razor delivery service.
Yeah, razor delivery subscription service for ladies.
Got it. So first of all, I don't change my razor blade often enough to warrant.
No,
I mean, I'm like,
maybe once every 3, 4, 5 months.
boo, like 6 months
Yeah.
probably. I'm like, this thing is not working. And I can't even see the razor because it's clogged with hair. It's probably time to change it.
Right. I'm like, why am I getting such bad razor burn?
Oh, right.
Because I'm just dragging rusty metal across my leg. That's why.
Exactly.
Also, I probably have 500 staph infections now.
Okay, so 2 things. First of all, I'm not an advocate for having your pubes hang out of your swimsuit. Like, if you have pubes, then get a boy shortsy swimsuit so they don't hang out. That just feels like common decency.
Wow, I wildly disagree with you on this.
You feel like pubes can and should hang out of your swimsuit.
I think it's a non-issue. I think it's a
Really?
non-starter. I think if you have pubic hair, fine. If you have a lot of it, fine. If your swimsuit happens to not cover it, like if you feel like you need to get a special swimsuit because of your body hair, like I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I guess we just have to agree to disagree. I'm fine with people having all of the pubic hair that they want to have.
But you think they need to have a special swimsuit to cover it?
It's the same thing with like, you know, my child's school dress code is like cover your private parts. I feel like pubic hair goes with private parts. You should have all of your private areas covered.
And then I feel like you could pose the same argument for armpit hair.
I don't feel like armpit hair is sexual though. I feel like your pubic hair is on your pubic region with your private parts. They all are like a package deal. So cover them.
I don't feel like that with people showing their fucking like lips with hair on it or even their mounds. It was the hair that comes out on the sides, like your bikini line.
Yeah, I think it goes together.
I just don't think it should be a requirement to take care of that if you're wearing a swimsuit.
I mean, I don't think we should have laws about it. I mean,
but
if you
speaking
want
from
to
a societal standpoint, you're basically saying that it's unacceptable to wear a normal swimsuit if you have pubic hair that you're not controlling.
That's correct. I mean, look, if one like sneaks out, it's fine. But like in general, yeah, you should keep your pubic hair to yourself. Again, I don't think anyone should be arrested. I'm not going to say anything to anyone at the beach, but if you're prancing around with your bush out, I'm not going to like it.
Their bush isn't out though.
No, their bush was out. Their side bush was out.
Yeah, I wildly disagree with you on this issue. Because I think that that opinion that you're taking is basically designed to make people feel bad. Are
you saying that you would go to the beach with that type of bush hanging out of your swimsuit?
If it was more socially acceptable, probably, because tending to pubic hair is a fucking nightmare.
Okay. So I will get on board with let's adjust society to make that appropriate.
Which is exactly the point that I was making.
That's fine. I'm not going to be the one to do it.
No, I'm probably not going to be the one to start that social revolution either. I am saying I can appreciate the fact that this company is running a campaign to try to swing the pendulum the other way so everybody can calm the fuck down about pubic hair.
I mean, look, that ad was fire. I loved it. The models were beautiful. The swimsuits were cute. It did not hurt my feelings that the pubic hair was out. It was a really good ad. I'm into it.
Okay.
Now, what if it was a man in a Speedo? Are you equally as inviting to his pubic hair in your eyeballs?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've already told you the story about my current bikini waxing situation.
I don't believe you have, so do go on.
So you get yours done at a professional.
Maybe once or twice a year.
Like when you feel like it's necessitated.
Every time I shave, it's a mistake. Mm-hmm. So I do it about quarterly, like really get down in there and clean it all up with the razor. And then I regret it immediately because of ingrown hairs and razor burn.
Okay. I need a doctor's prescription for how to handle my ingrown hairs.
I have a product to help you.
It is so horrendous.
Yeah, I have a product to help you.
It is so painful. And I feel like I get it in the same spot.
Regions, yeah, me too.
Yes, so I'm just like, can I get laser hair? Like a doctor should be able to prescribe laser hair removal for that one spot so I do not have to continue to suffer.
Yeah, a doctor's not going to do that because it's cosmetic, but
it is not because it's painful.
So even if you're not, you get it regardless. Like if you went full natural bush, you would still get them.
I mean, I've never tried, but I would assume so.
Maybe not though, because your hairs then would not be ingrown. They would be out. Anyway, yes, occasionally I do go to a professional to have the business waxed.
Okay, so I was a lifeguard for a decade.
Yes.
And so you got to have that business like trimmed up because you're in a swimsuit all day, every day. And also there's children. So even if I wanted to prance around with a full bush like you're talking about, it would not be appropriate for children.
I disagree.
They
came out of there.
That is not true because I remember being a child and being horrified by my mother's bush. So I know it's scary.
It's just because you didn't have it and they didn't talk about it. Again, it's a social shift that we're not leading the revolution on, but we support.
Okay, fine. We do support that. If you want a bush and you want to hang out in front of children, that is up to you.
Friends of fur.
So when I was a lifeguard, I would wax on the regular, and I had like a home care wax kit. It was
Ooh, no.
No, it was amazing. It was super easy. It was not painful. It was called like beeswax. And I loved it. And then the company went away, and so I couldn't find it again. So I didn't do it for like a long time. So then recently I was going to Hawaii, and I bought a wax kit, and I tried to do it to myself, and I forgot a key item. The wax removal.
Yes.
Wax cannot be removed by water and soap as I thought it could be.
No.
You need a special type of wax removal.
Or oil.
Or oil. So then I was texting friends, figuring out how to get the wax off of my body. Everything was a hot mess.
Did you end up putting peanut butter on your hoo-ha?
There was wax everywhere. All of my parts and pubes were all sticking together. There was wax on the sink, on the carpet, literally
On your
everywhere.
underpants.
There is wax on my phone currently because I was frantically texting friends to help me. So what we determined was like baby oil is ideal, but also any kind of oil can be a backup plan. So I used olive oil. I got it from my kitchen and just like poured it
All over your vag.
all over my vag, and that helped. It was not it did not fully solve the issue.
Not the be all and all, but it did help.
It did help.
Okay, so you don't normally do the wax thing. What is your normal pubic hair maintenance?
None. I let it grow free as it wants. And then if I'm like going to be in a swimsuit or in some other kind of sexy situation, I'll trim up the bikini line.
Interesting. I have a clippers, like lady clippers.
Yeah, so I got one of those recently. This was when I was on the journey with the wax and everything. So
Yeah.
I also got a clipper situation, and my business like immediately clogged that thing. It was like not sufficient.
Really?
I mean, it was from Target for $14. So
I mean, I think I got mine on Amazon for like $14 and I love it.
maybe I need your help.
Okay.
I mean, like instructions for how to use the clippers. I don't need you to actually clip me. Thank you for
Wasn't
the
offering.
offer.
Yeah, no, I like mine. I feel like every other week or so I take the lady clippers to it just to keep it under control. I don't like going totally bare because I don't like looking like a child.
Ew.
Exactly. And I feel weird about a dude that's into that. Yeah, but I like to keep it under control. Some landscaping.
Yeah.
Ladyscaping.
Ladyscaping. Yeah. I don't ever do like the lower region.
Lips.
No, lower
Taint.
Yeah, I just feel like if I can't see it, I'm not concerned about it. That's not my business.
Okay, so here's one thing. Even though I don't get the whole business waxed on the reg, my favorite part of getting waxed is the BH. Have you ever had it done?
No.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about it. One, it does not hurt. There's like,
It seems like a pretty tough area.
no, the skin is already taut.
But that's what I mean by
No.
tough.
No. Because the skin's already taut, the hair is just like, goodbye. Releases almost immediately. There are few nerve endings on the exterior of that area. And I feel so clean afterward. So clean. So
You would recommend it
I would
then,
I
is
would
what you're
recommend
saying.
I would recommend, what do they call it? Between the cheeks.
Ugh, gross.
Wax.
I mean, you also have a bidet, so like your BH is super fresh.
Oh yeah, I have the freshest BH.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I like to be fresh. Even if it's just for me.
So when I mean, gosh, it was like mostly my whole life from like 5th grade on, I was called Flabby.
That's awful.
It's unfortunate that my name is Abbey, and also I have some extra fat on my body.
What? I mean, yeah, I got like the Annie and Annie, Annie Fanny.
I feel like
I have a big
I feel like
ass.
Flabby really takes the cake.
Yeah, no,
on
that
this.
one's that's dreadful. Fanny wasn't a great one though either. Annie Fanny, because I have a big ass. Like that wasn't great.
Yeah, I guess. I guess Flabby and Fanny kind of That goes
No,
together.
Flabby's worse.
Thank you. And I remember being confused. Like the first time I was called it in like 5th or 6th grade, I was like confused. I'm like, what does Flabby even mean? And like, is that a put down? I didn't get it. But that like fully continued. And like through sophomore year of high school, there was guys calling me Flabby.
That's terrible.
And
but now you can be Dabby. Oops.
You just dabbed. That was so embarrassing.
That's the beauty of a podcast. Nobody can see it. It didn't happen. She's lying.
And I certainly, I mean, I was the biggest of my friend group. So I kind of always felt like I was big because I was bigger than everyone else. And I don't know.
Sprinklers.
I don't know what is so funny, but I'm 5'4". I weighed like 125 pounds in high school. So like,
Oh my God. Like, wouldn't it be amazing if we weighed
Right?
now what we thought was fat then?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, my nickname was Flabby and I weighed 125. Like, I was so small.
It reminds me of that song by The Faces. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, wish that I knew what I know now. Sharp and farfin. Yeah, that one. You know it. It's at the end of Rushmore.
Obviously, all these people that were calling me Flabby were males.
Rude.
And what made them think
That was okay.
that was okay to call me that? Seriously, like what happened in their brains and or childhood that made them think they could call any woman by any name they wanted, and especially one that referred to her body in such a way? Please, Annie, tell me.
I don't have the answer to that, as I was never a teenage boy.
Get Aaron down here immediately. Text him.
Aaron!
For real. It's time we checked in with a man. So we were talking about the names that we were called in middle school. I was called Flabby on a regular basis. And I'm wondering what would make a boy feel like he could call me that nickname. Do you have any ideas?
No. Did he like you? I think we already established that middle schoolers have no game.
I mean, this went all the way through sophomore year of high school. So this is like a wide range of age of boys that called me Flabby.
Well, I feel like, A, boys of a certain age are fucking morons. That is known. Many don't ever stop being morons. Also, I feel like the 90s were a particularly cruel time to be an adolescent. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of shit that you could say in the 90s that you would not dare say today. I mean, obviously kids now have other things to deal with in the form of always connectivity. So there's the possibility that you never get to go home from your bully because now you have Facebook and Instagram and whatever things we're not aware of that kids are into.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. I had, one guy call me Flabby at school, and then I could just like hang out with my friends and hang out with my family and not think about it again. But for our kid, it's very possible that they're like referring to her as Flabby on social media and crap like that.
I mean, I think it speaks mostly to the stupidity of children in that they could not come up with a better nickname for you other than something that rhymed, even if it did not fit your physical description.
That was really sweet.
It is.
So do you remember calling any girls offensive nicknames like that?
I don't remember doing that, but I'm sure that I did.
Yeah.
I have more memories of being mean to other boys.
Oh, really? Boys are mean to each other?
Yes. Not like, I don't know, like you have that whole weird aggressive thing. I for sure remember like calling some kid a fag and like awful things that really at this point in my life I wish I didn't have to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had the whole smear the queer game that was happening in elementary school.
Right. I remember coming home from school and my mom asked me what I did, and I said we played Smear the Queer, and she said, "Don't say that ever." At the time, I had no idea what it meant. I was probably a fourth grader, but
I mean, that was pretty aware of your mom to even know that that was not an appropriate thing to say.
I mean, my parents are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool. Okay, so maybe the rule that I talked about is not that simple. People judge our bodies and we judge theirs, but it's worth the effort to look critically at those judgments because we have 12-year-olds saying things like, "Can you imagine a fine guy liking someone as fat and ugly as me?"